Oh, hey, collective. Didn't see you there. Welcome to your reading. I'm your cosmic co-captain, Justyn Joseph. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, this reading is gonna be a little different. What I asked Spirit was, this is a collective that wants to know, what does the next 30 days look like for them? And upon asking Spirit, the immediate concept that came through was relief. And I'm hearing from things that could have been going on in the past 2 to 3 years that have just been lagging, delayed. And Spirit is telling me relief is going to set in. It's like a breath of fresh air. It's like maybe you've been working out or you've been outside all day, like when you were a kid and your parents had you doing landscaping work or anything of that nature. And you step inside and it's like you feel that air conditioning, or maybe you take a cold shower on a hot day or a hot shower on a cold day. It's just that I'm even getting like you get into a hot, like it's freezing outside, like it's snowing, you get into a hot tub outside. It's like this next level of relief. And it's like what I'm hearing is that kind of immediate feeling where, okay, this is what I'm getting. So sometimes when it's the atmosphere, there's kind of contrasting atmospheres. That initial plunge, so say it's really cold outside, right? Initially you get into a hot tub. It might feel too hot. And it's almost like you want to get out because like, is this going to burn me? There's almost that fear that sets in, like, this feels so hot. But when you sit in it and you just allow it to dissipate, you realize it's just the change in environments or the contrast of what you were in to what you're in now that makes it feel almost unbearable, but just for a second. And once you allow that to pass, to subside, what's on the other side of that is sweet relief. What's on the other side of that is comfort. And that's what I'm getting for this collective. You've been in a dark night of the soul of sorts. You've been in a period of finding yourself, understanding your paradigms, understanding where your paradigms helped you and where your paradigms hurt you in the past. And you've been adjusting, you've been changing, you've been fine-tuning your energy, your nervous system for this next phase. Yeah. And Spirit is saying that phase is, you're on the precipice. You're just about ready. You're like right there. And this can be the hardest time. This is that point when you're climbing the mountain. I've never climbed a mountain before, metaphorically. You're climbing the mountain. I've climbed a bunch of metaphorical mountains. A lot, okay? But it's that point where you're climbing the mountain and you're like right at an inflection point where you're really on the tail end, but it doesn't feel that way. You feel like you've been toiling for so long. You've been climbing for so long. And it's like, it's the moment right before you see the light at the end of the tunnel. Because once you see the light at the end of the tunnel, there's this rush of energy. You know you're at the finish line. Like, if y'all ever played sports, there were certain people who, when you're doing conditioning, it's like once they could see that the finish line was there, then they start going hard. Like they were kind of sandbagging before to make sure they had enough energy to get to the end. And once they can see that it's the last few reps or something, then they turn it on. And see, what's different about you, what's different about this collective is you push yourself through all the phases. That doesn't mean you're perfect in all the phases. That doesn't mean you burn yourself out necessarily. And maybe you have in the past, and that's something you had to work through, right? But the burnout is a result of always doing your best, always trying to make every rep, like really get I'm hearing get all the meat off the bone of every rep, or squeeze all the juice out of every rep, because this is a collective of ascended beings that are on a mission. And you really take every single day, you really take every single experience and opportunity as a growth point. As a growth point. Okay? So, yes, like I'm getting like some people can seem like they're competing or they're beating you in a certain way, in a certain fashion, but they haven't gone through, it's like they want the recognition, but they haven't gone through the hero's journey. They haven't been through the ups and downs. They never allowed themselves to fail because for fear of running out of energy or running out of ability, they didn't try. And you never let that stop you. Okay? So over the next 30 days, relief is coming in. Spirit, what else for this collective? Okay. There may be some type of, there's some type of collaborative, like I'm hearing that something that other people, that you entrusted other people to work on for you is going to come through. Yeah. Like, I'm hearing almost like you entrusted like maybe a doctor or a lawyer or a CPA, like someone who's really a professional at what they do. You went into collaboration with them, and whatever they did, whatever work they did on your behalf is coming to fruition. You're going to see it in the 3D. And this is something that may have been processing for a long time. Okay? Yeah. Anything else, Spirit? I like for you guys to see the cards because I don't pick the cards. The cards just come out when they're ready to come out. And sometimes, you just gotta shuffle for a bit. But that's okay. We can just chat while Spirit comes up with the next message. Ah, I'm losing the cards. There we go. Look at that. See? Patiently waiting. That's the right card to patiently wait for, okay? The Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles came through. So a lot of Pentacles energy. We have Earth sign energy out here. Okay. That's what I'm getting for the Queen of Pentacles. Like, just like a deep breath. A breath of fresh air. A breath of deliverance is what I'm hearing. Your breath, your vitality is going to be refueled. You're going to feel refueled in the next 30 days. You're going to feel rejuvenated in the next 30 days. Yeah, something is coming through that's really going to make you feel stable. Okay? I'm going to backtrack on that. It's not going to make you feel, it is going to make you feel stable, yes. But you've been working on feeling stable even in this period of waiting. Okay? And that's really big. Spirit's channeling through me that is huge. Okay? The fact that you've been still on your grind, not burning out, but still on your grind. Okay? Still doing what you need to do. Still working on your project, still making steps. Okay? Making large steps on whatever your end goals are, your objectives. Okay? Finding peace within that phase. And I know there's ups and downs. I'm right here on this healing journey with y'all, with this collective, okay? Like I said, I'm your co-captain, so I'm in this with you. And I want you to always know that, okay? I'm in this with you. This period where you've had to wait, okay? And maybe there's things that in the past, occurrences, okay? Episodes I'm hearing of betrayal that you've had to work through, that you've had to live through, that you've had to keep your light through, retain the light within you, even though all this evil darkness was put into your sphere, into your aura, into your field. That light that you've retained and that I'm hearing, tended to, that is going to come through. So once you are actually in a third dimensional place of being through all that past betrayal, that past hurt, where I'm hearing Spirit is going to deliver you from that. in the physical, right? We have pentacles out here. This is earth sign energy. In this third dimension, real physical relief. Okay? And I'm hearing it's going to be so bountiful and abundant. Like we have queen, we have divine feminine energy out here, okay? This is abundance. This is fertility. I'm hearing fertile ground. Fertile ground is what I'm hearing. Fertile earth is what's coming in for you. Something that's going to ground you. Something that's going to make you feel so, I'm hearing divinely favored. Wow. Thank you, Spirit. I mean, that's big for the collective. And I know this is a collective that deserves this. This is a collective that deserves that. And it's not, we all deserve love and abundance just for existing, just for being one of the Creator's creations. Okay? But there's something different about you. There's something different about this collective. And it's because of the way you handle and carry yourself and the impact you make on others in spite of all that you've been through, in spite of all the hurt and betrayal that you've had to first come to understand. Like, I didn't have the imagination that certain people or individuals, loved ones, trusted ones, could hurt me in that way. And I had to learn. I had to develop that imagination and not let it kill your, I'm hearing childlike spirit. Yeah. Not allow it to quell your dreams, your ability to daydream, your ability to think bigger, your ability to escape this third dimension in order to receive more downloads, in order to put yourself in a space that those downloads could come flow in. And then you can take that, transmute that energy, and create something in this third dimension that helps the collective, that lifts the collective, that inspires the collective. That's what this collective is about. This special collective. Yeah, look at that. 10 of Swords. Betrayal. Like, this is exactly what we've been working through, collective. And it's like, dang, not one sword, not two, not six, not seven, 10 swords in my damn back. Not even in my front, but in my back. Like, that is to me, this is one of the most difficult cards in the tarot to deal with. I mean, this is like deep-seated betrayal. And this is what you've had to work through. And this is what you've had to keep your light through. Like, what I'm hearing is like the queen's trusted hand, like the hand, like in Game of Thrones, like the hand to the queen, betrayed them. Like someone you considered your literal most trusted confidant, someone you went around bragging to other people about how incredibly special this person was to you and how much you could trust them. They were orchestrating your demise. And you had to keep your brightness, your vitality, your light through that. And Spirit is saying you're being rewarded for how you handled that situation with grace. Six of Cups. Just flew out. I didn't even see it come out. Six of Cups. Childlike wonder, childlike spirit. This is what you retained through this 10 of Swords experience, okay? And I'm hearing this with the Six of Cups. I'm also receiving that this could have been a childhood friend, a sibling, some type of connection that goes way back, way back, okay? And you've had to, like, I'm hearing y'all may have had dreams together, things you really wanted to do and manifest in this lifetime. And lo and behold, they sacrificed these dreams in order, I'm hearing, for a quick fix. Or like, yeah, I'm hearing a quick fix. Damn. They sacrificed all y'all had for a quick fix. And that's also why you're like, If you would have just been honest with me, we could have come up with a solution together. We could have. It's like, this is not the collective that you want to be on the bad side. Like, this is a collective that will go out and brag about you. This is a collective that is working through paradigms, okay, that were limiting in the past, okay? But one thing about this collective is that even when they're not maybe 100% confident in something that they're expressing or that they're working on, they will put that to the side, that energy, that feeling, okay, to the side in order to lift up other people around them, in order to admire, and I'm hearing uplift. That's the word. Upliftment is what I'm hearing. The other people in your collective, the other people in your tribe. So you'll put aside those feelings. It's not like you're projecting those feelings that you may be having about your own things onto those other people. No, see, that's what this individual did. That's what these individuals did. That's what the backstabbers do, the betrayers do, okay? They take their reality and they project it. Even if it's this, it lives in this negative, dark space. You play with your demons, you wrestle your demons, you do all that stuff in the comfort of your own damn home, okay? You don't bring that to the front door of other people, like other people's house, because you have more class and decorum than that. And that's what these people need to learn, okay? But that's not your job to teach them that. It's not your job to teach them that. And we're also coming out of that. It's not your job to save them. We're also coming out of that, okay? This is a big part of why we're in this situation as a collective, but that's okay. This was in order for us to learn. This was in order for us to learn when things are smaller scale. So even if this is an issue that has caused a bunch of delays, a bunch of hurt over the past, I'm hearing 2 to 3 years, this was a perfect timing for this to occur, okay? Some type of transition phase you've been in, whether it's spiritually, emotionally, physically, moving between jobs, moving between places, spaces, energies, okay? Like, I'm just leaving my Saturn return. So everything that's going on in my life has been during kind of an already challenging transitory phase. So I'm hearing that Spirit brought this to your home in the perfect timing, okay? It's like, let's just throw it all on at the same time, right? So it's not like you have to go through this tough transition and then lo and behold, there's another tough transition for the next 2 to 3 to 4 years. Like, no. Spirit's is like, let's just put it all on their plate right now, okay? They'll work through that, and then we'll move on. And this learning, what I'm hearing is this learning phase that you have went through, that you've experienced, this hurt, this betrayal, this is actually going to set you up for the greatest successes in your life. And once those successes hit, you're gonna, look at that. Once those, wow, Spirit came through. Once those successes hit, right? Once you are manifesting exactly what you want to manifest with ease and through all type of obstacles, this is literally, right, taking the rabbit out of the hat, okay? How did they do that? Like, that's what you're going to have people sat, because they're going to be like, how exactly did they make that manifest out of what seems like nothing, what seemed like thin air, okay? And the world card, like completion of cycles. What I'm getting with this world card is, I mean, it's exactly on the nose of what the world card means. This cycle is over and a new cycle is ready to begin. A cycle of magic, a cycle of you imagining something and being able to alchemize and transmute that energy into physical, third-dimensional manifestations of literal freaking magic. And people are going to be sat like, how the hell did collective come up with that? How the hell did collective make that happen out of thin air? Okay? You're going to have people sat. That's what I'm hearing. Sat. Yeah, I'm seeing performances for this collective. Yeah. I'm seeing magical performances for this collective. Maybe of the likes that this collective isn't even necessarily dreaming of right now. The Fool. I mean, 3 straight major arcana, right? So we worked through that. We worked through all those energies, and now all these major arcana are coming out. And wonderful ones, by the way. The Fool card. This is a brand new start. This is a brand new start, and this is after, this is all going on and happening after everything that you've been through, after all you've had to toil through. Now you're on the other side of that, and you're like, the world is my oyster. Like, I can really make happen what, like, which direction do I want to go in? They're all wonderful directions. It's like they're all paved in beautiful, one's paved in beautiful flowers, one road. This road is paved literally in gold. Okay. This road has, like, I'm seeing it's like a desert road, and it has beautiful cacti all along it. I'm seeing Joshua tree. Joshua tree could be significant. The desert, the southwest, west coast of the United States could be significant. Okay. But this is where your energy is headed. It's like, look, I got my knapsack, I got my pet, I got my flower, and I'm feeling good. I'm hearing Nina Simone, feeling good. Like, that's what I'm hearing for this collective. Dun, dun, dun. The 4 of Wands on the bottom of the deck. They're like, celebration is in order, okay? Celebration is in order, and it's going to be like, I'm hearing like a spiritual, like it's going to be a divine celebration. It's not just going to be like, oh, it's, you know, another weekend party. No, I'm seeing like, this is going to be you. I'm hearing a few friends and the divine, and you're just going to be in this mode and this energy of like gratitude. Thank you. Thank you so much, Spirit. Not, excuse me, just for the, you see that I'm purging as well. Excuse me. Look, there's this purging effect is what the next 30 days, relief, getting out any of the excesses, getting out anything that was left over from the past, purging that and moving on. Okay. And celebrating with the divine. I'm hearing with the divine few. Ooh, interesting. I'm hearing the divine few. Whoever that is in your life, there's going to be a celebration in order with them, with these individuals. Yeah, I'm hearing like you're getting you see the fruit along this line. Yeah. I'm hearing there might be like a welcome party for you somewhere. There's some type of celebration in your honor, in your name coming through. You're going to rest easy. You're going to rest easy. With this relief, you're going to rest easy. And the swords is air energy, okay? So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This is something with the mind. This is something with relationships. This is something with communication. I'm hearing like the divine, you're going to receive some type of divine communication in 4 to 6 days. And it might happen in your sleep. It might be some type of dream, some type of vision. I know this is a collective of individuals who are highly spiritually attuned. I just know that for a fact. Okay, so you might be a psychic, you might be a medium, you might be a channeler, tarot reader like me. You might get just these vivid dreams that you maybe write them in your dream journal. There's something like you could be someone who is an empath. You really feel energies of spaces. Okay. Yeah, this is like, but I'm hearing you're going to receive some type of divine communication. You see, this is like, there's some type of divine maternal figure that is watching over you right now. That could be a grandmother, that could be a mother, that could be a great grandmother, it could be an aunt, could be, family friend, someone from the other side. I'm getting divine feminine is just watching over you. It's a really beautiful energy that protecting you. You have some type of protection from the other side. Anything else, Spirit? Emperor. I mean, goodness gracious. We're just getting all these wonderful cards. Okay, so over the next 30 days, there is some large manifestation coming through for you that has been delayed, that you've been waiting on, but you've been working in the meantime. Okay, the Emperor just came through. This is going to restore balance over your kingdom, your inner world, your outer world, your home life, your work life. This is going to restore some type of divine order. And it is a fresh beginning. The Emperor's Aries energy. You see these rams? Right along with the Fool card. This is like some type of, I'm hearing this is the beginning of your new life over the next 30 days. A beginning of a new life for you. Some manifestation is coming in the physical. It's going to restore order and balance and peace to your kingdom, to your realm. Okay. Any final words, Spirit? It's over the next 30 days. Okay. Queen of Swords. Communication, once again. With the Queen of Swords, I'm getting... There's a story that's been waiting to be told that you're going to tell. And you're going to tell it in a very calm, rational, but assertive and stern way. There's some type of communication that the ball's in your court, and you are going to be expressing some story. Some story is being told from your perspective. Maybe something that there's been a blockage, some type of blockage from the throat, from the heart to the throat, to the crown. There's something being cleared in order for you to tell your story. It's from your heart, but the way you're going to communicate it, the way you're going to express it is in such a prophetic and almost academic way, is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing you're going to have all the facts laid out. This happened this time. Like, you have receipts. There's some story that you're telling, and it's purely based in physical receipts. It hurt your heart. It perplexed your heart. It bewildered your heart. And you didn't understand it in the emotional, and I'm hearing astral realm. You couldn't quite understand it. But now you do. Now you've worked through it in those realms, and you have the physical third dimension receipts in order to tell that story. Wow. I've never received a channel like that. That's very interesting. King of Wands. Oh my goodness. And you're going to do it. You're going to do it in a way that brings some level of visibility to your life, to your space, to your home. And it's going to put you in this, wow, I'm just hearing divine light, divine spark, a fire of the divine. Okay, so you might want to do some type of ritual with fire. I'm hearing like write down on a post-it note or something of the sort, write down all of the comforts that this clearing is going to bring to you, and light it over a candle. Yeah, light it over a fire. So write down all the comforts that this new phase is going to bring to your life, and burn it over a fire or a candle or some sort. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. So that's our ritual homework. Okay, that's our ritual homework for the collective. Because these comforts are something that it's coming in. I mean, that's these cards like the Queen of Pentacles, the Four of Swords, the World card, the Magician, the Fool, the Four of Wands, the Emperor, the Queen of Swords, the King of Wands. Like, I mean, these are all cards pointing to there is some new phase in your life that is going to bring you so much fulfillment, that is going to illuminate your divine purpose, that is going to bring visibility and light to your space, to your face is what I'm hearing, to your beautiful frickin' face. It's like someone has been picturing you in this. It's like someone has been picturing you, or you've been pictured, you've been captured over the past 2-3 years in like the worst lighting possible, like the worst lighting. And it's like you've been judging yourself off of that, and others have been judging you, I'm hearing, or you feel like others have been judging you. That's what I'm hearing. This has nothing to do with how you're being perceived by others, but how you believe you've been perceived by others through all this is like in your worst lighting. And it's like, girl, anybody in their worst lighting versus in their best lighting don't look good. Like anybody. I don't care if you're Beyonce, but that's why Beyonce makes sure she got lighting experts to make sure that she's always in her best light. Okay, and so that's what I'm hearing now is, especially with this King of Wands, is like you're going to be seen in your best light, your best lighting. Okay, and what I'm getting with particularly the Queen of Pentacles out here and the Queen of Swords out here and the Emperor is like you're manifesting that. So whether that's you're hiring somebody to make sure you're in the best light, or you through this whole process have learned to capture yourself in the best light, which is a wonderful and beautiful opportunity that you've taken advantage of through this down phase, this down period, this period of this transitory period of growth and pain and hurt and discomfort. Okay, but that's how growth typically is. You've come to an understanding of how to express yourself in your best light. And like, I'm hearing spirits tell me that was the point of this, is to stop relying on other people to put you in your best light, to learn and understand how to put yourself and express yourself in your best light. And that's only going to help once these Three of Pentacles, right? Once you're collaborating, once you're working with other people, okay? It's only going to help you to speak up for yourself when you see that whatever is being concocted isn't in your best interest, it's not going to put you in your best light. Now you've learned to say no. You've learned to speak up, use your voice, and communicate in an assertive and stern way, wherein you are protecting yourself. You're no longer relying on other people to protect you, okay? You are going to protect yourself. Your ancestors, your spirit guides are going to protect you. You don't need to don't need to rely on some other third dimensional being, entity, company, group, whatever, to protect you, because now you're taking that role upon yourself. Okay? Yeah. And like you're saying it with so much confidence and like just like straight up like, this is how I want it to happen. This is how it's gonna go. So period. Like in some ways I'm hearing it's my way or the highway, but only when it comes to your boundaries being adhered to. You won't be rushed. You're no longer going to be rushed into any decision, into anything that could potentially cross your boundaries, anything that could potentially throw you out of alignment. And I'm not talking about like you go to a workout class and it's hard, or you try something new and it's a little difficult and there's a learning curve. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like you are traveling across the country for someone else's event when you don't have the means or you don't have the energy, or it's just not the right time for you. So you're like, you know what? I'm gonna just have to tell y'all, no, I don't have it right now. This isn't the right time for me. This isn't the right space or energy for me. So no. Okay? You're becoming more comfortable saying no. Yeah. More power to you, collective. More power to you, because that is a very difficult, for a sensitive collective, for a collective of empaths, for a collective of I'm hearing divine mothers, of givers of light. That's very difficult. That's like one of the biggest, I think, learning curves, one of the biggest pain points is being a chronic people pleaser. And once you come to an understanding, like I saw this video recently of Duran Bernard saying, once you get over people pleasing, because you start to realize that you have a bunch of, like I said, third dimensional receipts that show you doing something exactly in the way that this person said they'd like it done, and they still aren't happy or pleased, that's when you learn, okay, no, I'm no longer going to be doing that. Thank you very much. Like, you'll take consult, you'll take advice, but you're no longer just in lockstep with how someone else or other people are telling you, okay, it needs to be done exactly this way. It needs to be done exactly that way. But does it really? And if I do it exactly that way, you still find something to criticize. So like, I might as well do it in a way that I feel led to do it. Do it in the way that intuitively makes sense to me. And it might not make sense to you exactly how I do it, but we're different people. Okay? There's a bunch of different ways to get to a same outcome. And you're starting to lean into doing things in a way that makes you feel proud, happy, fulfilled, purpose-driven throughout the entire process. Okay, so I want to empower you right now, okay, collective? I want to empower you that you're on the right path, even if the way you're doing things now might feel a bit uncomfortable. Four of Pentacles, yeah. Even if the way in which certain things are going down right now might feel a bit uncomfortable, it's because you're retaining a lot of energy. The way in which you're doing this is protecting your peace, okay? You see that? It's protecting your energy. It's protecting your coin. It's protecting your currency. It's protecting your energy, okay? And so I know sometimes it's hard, it's difficult, because you're not doing it exactly in the mode or fashion that you've been taught or you've been told that you have to do something, okay? And so you're not maybe necessarily receiving the external validation because you don't have someone checking a box like, did they do this? Yes, check. Did they do that? Yes, check. Yes, check. Okay? That can feel comforting because you're constantly receiving external validation, but when you're not learning a whole lot of things, you're just following orders. Okay? And you're also leaving your high vibrational feelings in the hands of someone else. And that's what we're moving past. That's what this whole last 2 to 3 years of pain, hurt, disappointment, and growth have been a result of. Okay? Or should I say that's the result of all the things that we've learned from these past things. Yeah. 8 of Pentacles. The result is now you've learned how to master a certain craft, or I'm hearing like mastering your own, like you become a master of your own desire, of your own outcome, of like how you see yourself, how you see whatever projects you're working on, and that might just be yourself, because we're all working on ourselves to get to our highest good. We are our own biggest projects, okay? You're becoming a master of the work, the process. You're mastering the process. So once you master the process, once you understand how to get from point A to point B, you can find fun, find creativity, find love, find purpose on the path from A to B. Okay? You could either just take a straight line there, or you could take the scenic route. That's what I'm hearing. But you've mastered the internal processes, the external processes of how to get from A to B. And that's what this, yep, death. I mean, that's the eternal from A to B. And once we master the process, once we understand that, like, what is at the end of the road for all of us, we're able to transform within. We're able to enjoy the process of becoming, okay? Enjoy the process of learning, understanding, growing, developing new skills, failing, getting back up, okay? That's what this period has taught, is how to, even in the face of transformation and hurt and disappointment and cycles ending and maybe perceptions and concepts of other people and maybe even I'm hearing the participation of certain individuals in your life is no longer, you learned how to focus on what's in front of you in spite of everything that's going on around you. And like, that's one of the hardest things to do, particularly in the United States of America, just this society at large currently, because there's so many distractions. Like, there's distractions everywhere. Everything is fighting for our attention, but you've learned how to focus. You've learned how to put your head down and focus on what needs to be focused on in spite of all the BS swirling around you, okay? And that's what Spirit is telling me, that is what the point of this phase was. Resiliency, perseverance, like working those muscles. I'm gonna end it on that. Thank you so much for being here with me. That's the next 30 days for this collective, okay? Relief. Sweet relief is on its way, okay? Thank you so much for being a part of this collective reading, okay? Join the Patreon, okay? Book me for a private reading. I'd love to read for you. I'd love to be one of your channelers, okay? Always for your highest good, of course, babes, always, okay? Book me on, like I said, book me on my Calendly, Venmo. The Venmo tips is in the description box. Any tip over $10 or more automatically triggers a 1-card pull, okay? In that, basically in the Venmo caption, send me your email, send me your question, and we'll get a 1-card pull for you, okay? I'd love to, once again, be one of your channelers, one of your readers. Thank you so much for being here with me. I know you have a lot of other choices, okay? Especially if you made it to the end. Thank you so much, and until next time, I'm your cosmic co-captain, Justyn Joseph. All right.